From the basement of La Penta, this is WICR.
Hello everyone, welcome back to a very special radio show. There's no title here, because all it is a focus on the Star Wars The Force Awakens, the new trailer that was released alongside with Monday Night Football Halftime. Joined by my side is Big Shot Rob Buncardo and Antonio Coppola. I'm your host with most, Joe Archino. Guys, I'll be honest, I've seen this trailer 18 times so far today. Probably going to watch it while you guys are talking. I don't know how to describe it except for the word magisterial, maybe indescribable. Rob, first thoughts on the brand new trailer.
Oh, it's amazing, Joe. Just look like total warfare out there. What I want for the past couple years is a great Star Wars movies. The last three weren't really anything special to me. And
don't say that about Revenge of the Sith, Rob.
Revenge of the Sith was not that special to me.
Rob.
Unfortunately.
Rob, I know we're good friends and everything, but don't go there. Don't go there.
But what makes it even more cool, Joe, is this trailer made my night last night.
Yes.
And to get a text from my uncle 9 a.m., he's like, I have 4 tickets. Who we bringing? And
See,
I
you're
see
lined up and
December 17th, midnight showing.
Ooh.
I'm all set.
Rob's
what's your
set.
costume gonna be, Rob? Because I know you're gonna dress up.
Oh no, I won't dress up. Maybe I will as a Jedi, or maybe I'll buy like a Darth Vader hoodie.
You want to know who I'm going to dress up as when I see it, Rob?
Who you gonna dress up as?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren?
Because you know why, Rob?
Why?
Because the Sith are the cool ones in the movie. I'm rooting for the Sith. I just want to put it out there, folks. My
Get outta
brother and
here.
I, we've been texting. I'm sorry, we both agree. The Sith are the cool guys. We're both rooting for the Sith. Does that make us bad people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
That's
You're
against the
rooting for
rules.
evil.
But
What if something like this really happened? What if we weren't like this? What if we were in this kind of fantasy world that they have?
Rob, I'll be honest, I love you, but if I have to choose between Kylo Ren with his crazy cool sword, with lightsaber sword, I'm choosing Kylo Ren.
Hey, when that lightsaber gets destroyed, Joe, on December 17th, I'm hoping this guy is a one-movie death.
Here's my theory about that, though, Rob. I thought the same thing. Are they going to keep Kylo Ren as, like, the main bad guy for the next 3? Or is he going to be, like, a one-and-done guy like Darth Maul? I don't think so. I think that too many people are kind of going to gravitate to him because already we've seen so many people asking questions about this guy. Kylo Ren, who's Kylo Ren? And now we finally heard him talk. I had a feeling we were going to hear him talk in this movie. They go to a scene where he's kind of his back is turned, and they zoom in. Antonio, you said you really liked the scene where they show kind of the crushed Darth Vader mask.
Right.
They zoom in on that with Kylo Ren talking over that. Great stuff.
I want to get into that. I want to break down the trailer with you guys because big moment for me was what you just mentioned, the Kylo Ren scene, the Darth Vader mask. We heard him talk, and it's hard to, top the voice of Darth Vader. That's just
Very hard.
One of the most iconic voices in all of, cinematic history, and I thought they did a good job with the Kylo Ren voice. I didn't know what to expect, really. It kind of had that Darth Vader, robotic effect. It was a little bit deeper. Obviously, no breathing effect that, Darth Vader's known for, but I thought they did a good job with that. I don't know what you guys thought, what you were expecting from Kylo Ren, but...
See, I'm with you 100%. I mean, you're kind of like a little worried because we hadn't heard him talk. You're like, oh man, please let this be kind of cool. I thought it fit perfectly. Like, when you see the face of Kylo Ren, the voice fits the face. And, like, I think when you look at, like, kind of like Darth Maul and Phantom Menace, he never even spoke. So you really never had anything to identify him with. But Kylo Ren, I think they're really setting a really cool bad guy up here. There was a scene, it was really quick, I don't know if you guys remember it, but it's pouring, it's really dark, and you kind of see Kylo Ren in the middle, and then there's like 6 other guys who look exactly like him. Now, I was texting my brother, who's an expert in this kind of stuff. He said that he thinks that they're Sith hunters. They're kind of like he's got like a squad of guys. I don't know if they have lightsabers themselves, but I think that they're like his like main like pack of hunters or something like that, which I think is really cool that he's got like his own little unit.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. One thing, guys, we look at Kylo Ren. We look at his costume. He's wearing a mask. What's his backstory? Is it kind of like that Darth Vader backstory where Anakin Skywalker was set on fire and the Emperor put him into this whole robotic suit? So you kind of left with that question mark. What is Kyle's background? What are we going to see to get into this?
I have 2 theories about it. My first theory is maybe this, because when they showed the scene with him talking and they put the Darth Vader's mask up, didn't he say something like, "I'm going to finish what you started"?
Right, that's what another thing that, you know, you got the chills when you heard that.
Exactly. I think maybe they're creating a new little storyline where maybe Darth Vader was training his own Padawan at the end of the last movie or something, and maybe we just didn't hear about him until now, or Darth Sidious, because you know how like Yoda and Obi-Wan can still communicate through like the Force. Maybe Darth Sidious handpicked this guy in like his spirit form or something like that. Just two of the theories that I had about how this guy could have possibly came up. I don't know though.
I mean, I'm gonna throw it out there. I haven't seen. I don't even mess with the sequels. You know, the Anakin Skywalker growing up as a kid. I'm all about the original 3, the prequels. Those probably my 3 favorite movies of all time.
Wow.
I know this is supposed to come after Return of the Jedi. That's probably why I'm so excited. This is just something I've been waiting for a long time.
It's a continuation of the good stuff.
Right. But back to the trailer, I noticed a couple things aside from the Kylo Ren scene with the Vader mask. The next thing that stood out to me the most was Han Solo acknowledging the Force after, you know, in those original 3, especially in A New Hope, dismissing it as, you know, some bogus, you know, religion, whatever they want to call it. He acknowledges it in the trailer. He says it's real, it's out there, and I thought that was really cool to see because, you know, he was always someone who was kind of like isolated on his own.
He was always in that bad boy bounty hunter phase. He thought he was a cool guy. When we look at A New Hope, when he's standing across the table from Greedo, and Greedo goes to attack him, and you know what? I'm just gonna pull out my gun right now and blast it.
Yeah, he was always, you know,
so
making.
You're saying hand shot first, Rob?
Huh?
You're saying hand shot first?
Almost
That's a big
definitely.
debate. I don't know. I don't know if there will ever be an answer to
bounty
that
hunters are cheaters. Remember that.
But Greedo was a bounty hunter too.
I think
Remember though, they
George
always
Lucas
have
has the
their
answer.
ways.
Rob, you're killing me, Rob.
George, can you call in, please? George, please.
George Lucas has the
Who
answer
shot
to that.
first? But yeah, I think there's so many scenes you could go over that. I mean, the biggest thing is we know a little bit more about Kylo Ren now, but I don't think we really know that much about the 3 main characters. I think Finn is one of the guys who you saw take off the Stormtrooper helmet in the beginning. He also had a scene where it's really cold and wintry and there's snow. He's got the blue lightsaber, and Kylo Ren...
That's when you know he's a Jedi.
I have a feeling that all 3 of these main characters are all going to get lightsabers at some point. They're all going to become Jedi. I don't know if any of them are at the start or if they're going to become them, but I think that's by the end of the movie, they're all going to have lightsabers.
Oh, hopefully they do, because when we looked at the original Star Wars, we only saw really Obi-Wan Kenobi with A New Hope where he gets killed, only one for lightsaber besides Luke. So it's kind of cool incorporating more Jedis. You need more Jedis. We look at Attack of the Clones, and we used to have maybe 50 to 100 Jedis, and they would go full-out war with them, and then they all get killed in Revenge of the Sith. So right now, you kind of want to see that incorporation. Hopefully, maybe we have the new character, Rey. I think it might be Han Solo and Princess Leia's daughter.
Yes, I'm pretty sure
Question,
that she
because
is.
I know Joe's a character expert. Do they only have one child?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure that they have more than one.
Okay, thank you, because this goes into another thing I saw in the trailer was Princess Leia kind of, you know, with her head on Han's chest,
Yes, I
crying.
remember that. Yes.
And it just has, you know, my mind thinking, what's going on? Is someone in trouble, or is maybe another one of their children, you know, in the dark side? There's just so many ways that this story can go.
There is.
But that's just another thing that got me thinking.
Antonio, you pointed at one scene where we have the robotic hand on R2, and obviously
That's Luke.
That's Luke.
It's Luke.
There's no question about it. My only question here is, I mean, where does Luke come into this movie?
He seems so out of place in the whole storyline. I know it's just a trailer, but he seems like, you know.
Where's the skin to his hand? Because remember the old movies, yes, he had the robotic arm, but there was skin always covering
He had the glove. He had the black glove. I don't know. There's so many mysteries. I mean,
the thing I like, though, is I feel like every time we've gotten a new trailer, we've come out of it feeling like we know a little bit more about the movie. Like, I think now we really kind of get an idea. Like, the battles are going to be big. I think you saw, like, a bunch of battles in the air. You saw it looked like there's going to be a lot of big battles on the ground. I really like that. Like, that's why I thought Revenge of the Sith really made up for the other 2 newer ones, because they did it right. They put a lot of good battles in there. Attack of the Clones had the big one at the end, but for the most part, it was pretty dull. And then the Phantom Menace, again, they had a nice one at the end. Too many dull moments. I think this one, they kind of got it. It looks like they got it right. Like, there's just action-packed down your throat, which I hope.
Most definitely. We need Total Warfare. That's what I love. I love movies with Total Warfare, with a lot of action going on. And I think this Star Wars movie definitely will, especially with the new stormtroopers and new outfits, new guns.
Rob, I'm all in on
Been waiting for those updated guns, Joe.
I can't wait for them to win.
Maybe they'll
Rob.
actually be able to, hit someone and it won't be like shooting around. One last food for thought, because I'm all about, dissecting the storylines. What do you think of this one? Kylo and Rey are both children of Han and Leia.
Wow.
Rey is the younger, Kylo's the older, and maybe Kylo went to train with Luke, found out that Darth Vader was his grandfather, and then succumbed to the dark side.
Look, it's very possible.
I'm just all about
right
trying to figure this stuff out, because I'm really trying. It feels like, just from the trailer, it feels like Luke and R2 are just out there on their own trying to figure something out.
Well, and you know what, too? Here's an interesting thing about that. Think of all the Sith in these movies. How many have worn masks?
We had just Vader.
Just Vader.
Just Vader, yeah.
Why would Kylo Ren wear a mask if only Darth Vader was the only other Sith to wear a mask?
Because it's his grandfather.
And it seems like he has a deep respect for him, because during that voiceover, what does he say? I'm going to finish
what you started.
And the voice, while it's different, Joe, it's so similar to. It's got that, like I said, that robotic kind of tone.
That I didn't think about that, but I mean, if you put all those together, he wears the mask. Obviously, wants to finish what he started. There's a little bit of a connection with the voice. I honestly, that could be a big possibility. Wow.
And then you mentioned Kylo. I know you started off the show mentioning, is Kylo going to be here for the trilogy? Is he just, a one-movie wonder kind of guy? Is he going to die in the end? What if they play it off like the original 3, where in The Empire Strikes Back, the second movie, Vader has the reveal that he's Luke's father? Maybe we won't find out about who Kylo really is until the second movie.
See, that's a good point.
Will leave us thinking.
I think and that's what we kind of have to remember. I think there's so many of us who are kind of going into this one thinking we're going to get all the answers, but we're not. Like, there's 2 more after this one, so we kind of got to, pace ourselves. Like, we're going to get a lot of stuff thrown at us, but there's still a lot more we're not going to know yet.
And don't forget, Disney wanted to make 6 more of these, actually.
Yeah.
So if we have 6, what if it's that he's building up an army, and we're having yet maybe a bunch of Sith over the next couple years? It's going to be a whole Sith army, maybe.
Well, here's what I want to know is, who are the stormtroopers loyal to now? Because, the premise of the Sith was supposed to be that they're obedient no matter what. They will never question to the Chancellor. Obviously, the Chancellor was Darth Sidious, so it kind of didn't really work out well for the Jedi. But when he dies, who does their allegiance go to?
Yeah, because they all fled at the end of the movie.
Now, I've seen in the character cast, it seems like there's a guy who I think is emerging as the head honcho of the Empire, who I don't know the character's name, but if you go on the character list, there's pictures of him and stuff like that. I would assume, based on what I've seen, and there's a scene in the trailer very early in it where you see it kind of looks like an assembly. There's stormtroopers kind of lined up, and then there's a podium in the back. I'm pretty sure that's him up on stage. So I would think, based on that he's the one that they're obedient to. I would think. And then Kylo Ren is probably his main guy who does all the dirty work, and then Captain Phasma is probably the second guy in command who does the stormtrooper dirty work.
So there is someone in the Emperor role, you think?
There is. I think that the chain of command is kind of like this guy who's the new Emperor, Kylo Ren, who probably, let's be honest, probably has more power than that Emperor guy, and then Captain Phasma, I think, is the third in command.
Wait, are you talking about General Hux or the Supreme Leader right now?
That's a good quote. Can you flip the screen so I can see?
Yeah, General Hux is played by Domhnall Gleeson. He's the redhead.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's
because
him.
I don't. Maybe General Hux. Remember, with Empire Strikes Back, how Darth Vader always had those guys who.
That's true.
He used to make them send out their army, and then you failed him. Yeah. Basically, your throat was crushed, and you couldn't breathe.
Well if you failed him.
But Andy Serkis as Supreme Leader Snoke. That could be interesting. I wonder what he's doing for Star Wars. I gotta look into this.
This is why I love it, though. I mean, the build up to a new Star Wars movie is so, because we're like in the circle like this, all putting our minds together, trying to come up with the possibilities. We haven't had a session like this in a while because there was no new Star Wars movies for a while.
This Kylo Ren thing is so fascinating because I'm looking at that shot, breaking it down, frame by frame.
Oh my god!
When they zoom in on the back, but right before he turns around, you get the face shot of him and looking down at the Vader mask. Looking from the back, does this not look like Darth Vader looking out the window of a Star Destroyer with the helmet and everything?
Now, obviously, you can't see this through the radio, folks, but I mean, the second Antonio showed this to me, Darth Vader.
That looks like Darth Vader.
This isn't we might be making a groundbreaking discovery on this show right now.
I think that's what that shot is supposed to represent. And then he turns around and it's
got to
crazy.
mean something that they threw the Darth Vader mask in there. They wouldn't. Why would you put that in there with the wording?
With that line, yeah, that line is just so significant, yeah.
And you remember how I just mentioned Andy Serkis?
Yes.
I just typed in Supreme Leader Snow. Now I don't know if this is him, but I pulled up and it was like an action figure uploaded by himself. And it looks like another Sith Lord. Or it could be the Chancellor.
I don't know.
I am trying to face match with all these other pictures they have posted, and it looks like he could be another Sith in this movie.
All right, we're at 16 minutes, so we're going to come back with more Star Wars.
All right, yeah, let's come back. One more.
Because there's still a lot more to say. There's still a lot more.